What's up, y'all? It's your boy R to the A to the S. Yes, Rise here with People Cause Blog. Today I want to talk about this Mr. C GQ interview, which is entitled The Secret Life of Mr. C. Of course, the hot debate topic, of course, in our society, one of them, is homosexuality. And, of course, Mr. C was found with a male prostitute who dressed up as a woman, receiving from this man. All right. But first that says most of his life he had girlfriends. One day we met up a Chinese food spot near where he grew up. He started listing them, all the women he loved. His first serious girl from his high school he dated for 4.5 years, and for a while he thought they'd get married. But she didn't believe he'd succeed and told him so. You're not Run DMC. You're not LL or the Fat Boys. The Fat Boy. I mean, I know they was hot back then, but alright. Anyway, that was it. That was it for me, he says. So you see right here one of his first traumatic experience in a relationship with the girl. She doesn't think that he's going to be anything. He's not going to be big. You know, basically it seems like this rap thing is a waste of time to her, and she rejects him because of that, because he's not good enough. Traumatic experience number one. It says on the Kane tours, it says he was blankety blank. I mean, not the cussing words. Everything in sight. So he was having sex with everybody. Everything in sight. The whole time he had a steady girlfriend too. So he had a girl, but was also bang, 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 banging other girls as well. Once he says coming off tour, he gave her gonorrhea. Alright. It was the most horrible thing I ever did to a woman in my life. You think? Oh my goodness. C says. She called him last year after C had a run-in with the guy she was dating just to tell him off again. I mean, cursed me out, called me all types of F words. I'm not going to say it because I'm not trying to offend the gay community. And the H words, alright? I'm not going to say it. And then there was one last great love who didn't trust him and so broke his heart. This was around 2000. She became suspicious about what he did when she wasn't around, and she started calling other women in C's life, friends, co-workers, whomever, to vent her suspicions. She was the last woman that I could really fully 200% trust. You got some trust issues. Some serious trust issues with women. After me and her broke up, it just got harder for me to trust women. Aha! Ha! Alright? So because of these traumatic experiences, this led to a mistrust of women. Could that lead to his experience with the sexual behavior experience? I think so. Again, I know everybody's going to agree, but I believe so. And look at it this way. Traumatic experience lead people to do all types of behavior. I mean, I know people, because they have some traumatic experience, they begin to, I ain't talking about smoking weed, I'm talking about the pipe, baby. They begin to smoke the pipe, okay, the crack rocks, all right? Traumatic experience, people blow their brains out. She broke up with you, therefore I'm going to kill myself. Not rational, but people do it, okay? People make all types of decisions when they have traumatic experiences. And then of course, with some people like, I can't believe, you know what I'm saying, somebody could just, they must be gay all the time, they can't just turn gay, blah, 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 blah. Again, traumatic experiences, you don't know what that can trigger in a person. And I believe right here, even though Mr. C is known for lying, and I'm not saying that this is 100% true, but I believe that this is definitely possible. Alright. It says it wasn't misogyny exactly, or maybe it was. Either way, it was the end of any real intimacy in C's life. This is the author GQ's commentary. But I think that's pretty much it. The guy was looking for intimacy, trust, and because he was hurt, hey, forget it. I'm not going to trust nobody. I'm just going to look for intimacy and having sex and sex with all different kind of people. And you see that, I mean, that's how a lot of porn stars turn out to get hurt. They might get raped, things of that sort. And because of that, they make the rational decision, hey, I'm going to sleep with every guy, girl I can, or animal, whatever. Hey, let's keep it real. They're going to sleep with anybody. Yeah, you might say that's irrational, but traumatic experience causes people to do things that don't make sense. Okay? And I believe with Mr. C that is the case. It says he was in a strip club a lot, he says, at the end of his relationship. And I started tricking in the strip club. I don't know if you know what tricking is. You're taking the girls out of the club, literally right outside the club, and you're having sex with them. You do it in places where you wasn't liable to be recognized, usually spots around downtown Manhattan where white guys was going. It's hard to say how the other thing, talking about his same-sex behavior, as C sometimes calls it, got started. But he knows it was around 2006, 2005. It says, though it is perhaps hard to believe, he says it never occurred to him until he started doing it. Okay? It wasn't long before his fantasy or desires he held at bay for a while, then succumbed to it. But soon he found himself on Christopher Street, a couple blocks from High Number 7 offices, nearly every weekend. Out there, like really out there. He never really asked himself why he was doing it, and still can't entirely explain why he was drawn to this specific, highly particular thing. This conversation, let me skip some of this. It says, the best way I can explain it is, I was so deep into it, it became part of me, he says. It's also the rush of it. Get horny. A and B. You know, 1 + 1 = 2. Get horny, go out, go get your blankety blank off. It became a part of my routine. Even though I was fearful, it was also part of me that felt invisible too. So this sleeping with these male prostitutes, he got a rush out of it. He got a thrill out of it. And this is criminal behavior, you know what I'm saying? Sleeping with male prostitutes. But people do criminal behavior for a lot of reasons, not just sexual reasons. He did this, sleeping with these male prostitutes, because he got a rush out of it. He got a power out of it. I know people who rob people, not just because they need the money, but there's a thrill that they get out of sticking people up and having people fear them. Things of that sort. So bottom line to this, man, I think when you look at this Mr. C issue, it is pretty complicated, but a lot of it, I believe, is, as he says right here, is rooted in his traumas. And those traumas have led him to lead a lifestyle where he's sleeping with male prostitutes. And that's sad. But traumatic experiences, if we don't know how to deal with them, can lead people to do some crazy things. Like I said, it's not rational to kill yourself because somebody broke up with you, but people do it all the time. And we must deal with our traumas. If not, things can happen. Some very unfortunate things that can destroy your life. So that's my thoughts on this. Love to hear yours. See what costs a blog. Come set some out.